Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Journey to Kreisia running on PC. Good morning, Eustace. If you're looking for Cynthia, she's outside. Were you able to get some good shut-eye last night, Eustace? I bet this is Cynthia's room. There sure is a nice scent coming from inside. Wait, what am I thinking? I can't just walk into a girl's room. But I can smell it from outside the door. The whole sobs. Is that crying I hear? Cynthia, what's going on here? Oh, are you finally... no, what I meant to say is, good morning, Eustace. Yeah, same to you. But what you really meant to ask if I was finally up. Also, there's something I need to talk to you about. Carissa's stuffed animal was taken by a monster this morning. A monster took a stuffed animal? Can I ask why? It's because there's an orb sewn into his belly to make monsters think it was alive. An orb? Like the one you gave me? But I thought they were for battle and stuff like that. Yes, that's true, but for the residents here and in other places, orbs are also kept as good luck charms. Oh, well, obviously not a very good luck charm. The one inside Carissa's stuffed animal was being used in the same way. Children are unable to protect themselves, so most parents give them stuffed animals with an orb inside to act as scapegoats. In Carissa's case, she was picking flowers outside the village when she encountered the monster. Luckily, it mistook the stuffed animal for an easy meal, and she was not injured, but... I guess that's why she was crying, huh? Yes, it's a miracle she was unharmed, but now all she can talk about is going and getting her stuffed animal back. Please, Carissa, forget about your stuffed animal this time, and I'll sew you a new one, okay? I don't want a new one. I want my old one back. Yeah. Eustace? It was Carissa, wasn't it? Is your stuffed animal really that important to you? Yes. Are you willing to sacrifice your mom and daddy for... then promise me you'll let me handle this, alright? It may take a bit, but I'll get your stuffed animal back. Really? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Eustace, are you really sure about this? It was a monster that took it, right? Then we're fine. But the monster that took it lives in a cave near the village, and it's rumored to be the biggest one in the place. No, did you say biggest one? Yes, after the Overlord's resurrection, miasma filled the cave, causing that particular monster to become much stronger than before. Are you sure you're really up to this? Of course I am. What do you take me for? I'm the savior, remember? If that's your decision, then I'll do my best to support it. Anyhow, we'll find this monster in the Cave of Solum, north of the village. Now let's hurry before Carissa's stuffed animal ends up in pieces. So this means you're going with me? And why wouldn't I be? The priestess of Allura, who summons the savior, has a duty to fight alongside him to defeat the Overlord and then return him to his world. But is that what you want to do? What do you mean? Just because it's the duty of a priestess, are you really going to do something you don't want to? No, I want to do this. I feel honored I was able to summon you here, and I want to serve you on your request. Well then, glad to have you along for the ride. Thank you. Alright, Carissa, you sit here while Cynthia and I get your stuffed animal back. Okay, but be careful not to get hurt. Don't you worry about a thing. We've got this covered. Let's go, Cynthia. Yes, I'm right with you. Ever since the Overlord resurrected, we've only seen more and more monsters. Do we need items? I think we're okay on items. At least for now. Might need equipment, though. Yeah, you definitely tell it's made for like a touch interface. I never imagined the day would come when I'd get to see the savior up this close. She said north, right? Wow, this is so awesome. It's a real cave. Is this your first time coming to a place like this, Eustace? Yeah, my house is situated in a typical neighborhood, and if you get outside of it, all you can see are huge buildings and skyscrapers. Skyscrapers? What are those? Like giant claws that cut through the clouds? No, they're more like buildings taller than anything you've ever seen. In fact, so tall they touch the sky. I can scarcely imagine how tall something like that must be. So does it mean there are many castles in your world? Well, we do have castles, but a skyscraper is quite different from that. It's kind of hard to explain, to be honest. In that case, I'll simply think of these tall buildings in your world like giant claws that cut through the sky. Sure, suit yourself. I can almost guarantee if someone from this world saw my world, they'd think we were aliens. Now, what do you say we get going? Good idea. We should find the monster occupying the cave in the heart of this place. Are there not hidden passages in this game? There's almost always hidden passages in the EXE Create game. Ah, there we go. Okay. I knew there had to be. There's treasure beyond the walls. They didn't have the little tutorial about it, though, this time. Yeah, I do love this art style. I just wish their engine was better. You know, the 12-frame scrolling is kind of... Cynthia, I'm sorry, but could we take a breather? Already? Well, considering the paleness in your face, maybe it would be best. I wish I could keep up with you, but all this exercise without any breakfast is pretty hard on my body. What? You didn't eat anything for breakfast? Oh, never mind. That's right, isn't it? You were a little late, or rather I should say real late getting up this morning. Are you trying to beat around the bush, or are you intentionally trying to rub it in? You know what? I think I'm going to see if there's something to eat around here. Hey, wait! When she says she's going to see if there's something to eat around here, I hope she doesn't mean one of those small animals. She wouldn't kill one and try to make me eat it raw, would she? I'm back. How in the... Never mind, just forget it. But now I dare ask what you brought back. Here you go. These are called ear fruit. They're one of my favorites. Thanks. And wow, these things are huge. What's even better is their sweetness and soft flesh. Perfect for breakfast for those on the go. Yeah, you're right. These are delicious. But where have I heard of these fruits before? Wait, could it be that these were the same fruit in that pie you baked for dessert the other night? Oh, but how did you know that? I heard you say something about them in your sleep. I was talking in my sleep? When? Forget about it. I'm done with breakfast, so let's get going. Oh, wait, you didn't answer my question. And what else did you hear? Mana chocolate. Yeah, these hidden passages are a lot harder to see in this game. Usually they make it fairly obvious that there's a passage. Excuse me. Slap, slap, slap. What was that? Some sort of monster attack? No, I think you'll be okay. You just stepped on what's called a healing fount. Healing fount? What's that? It's a special place where strong healing magic wells up from the planet. Basking in its light has a healing effect on people, and it'll restore your HP, SP, and even abnormal status. We won't find healing fonts in towns and villages, but rather you can almost guarantee there'll be at least one in a place like caves and forests. In other words, you'll find them in places where there's an abundance of nature. Exactly, except differently from water founts, these ones apparently don't dry up. That's pretty convenient to have around. I look forward to using the next ones we find in our travels. Okay, so that's... I don't know if this is one of those games where you have to use a skill in order to level it up. I guess we'll have to start using skills and see if that makes a difference. Look, there's a stuffed crab on the ground over there. Let's go get it. Cynthia, is this... Eustace, watch out! Rrrr. What's that supposed to be? A wolf? Whatever it is, it's a big one. That's because it's the boss monster of this cave, and with the orb inside that stuffed crab, it thinks it's its prey. But now it's even more riled up, thinking we've come to steal its meal. I mean, we have. Grah! It looks like it's going to attack us first. Ready your bow with some arrows, and let's fight this thing. Triple slice. Oh, okay. That's pretty effective. Oh my goodness. This one disappeared too. I don't think I'll ever get over how strange it is to watch monsters vanish like that. Retrieve stuffed crab. Alright, now before we get out of here, are you sure this is the one that belongs to Kreisia? I'm more than positive, even if it is covered in mud. I'm just glad it wasn't torn to shreds. Well, since you've determined we've got what we came for, let's hurry and take it back to the village. But to make sure, I didn't say anything... I didn't say anything to Heil and Naretti before we're coming here. That's right, you didn't, did you? What's the matter? I suddenly realized why this felt awkward. I don't mean to pry, but why is it you call your parents by their first names? Look, if you don't feel like talking about it, cool. I wasn't necessarily trying to be nosy. No, it's okay, really. Kern was attacked 10 years ago by monsters, and somehow it all ended up... Somehow in it, all I ended up with amnesia. Seriously? Fortunately, no one died in the attack, but since then, I haven't been able to feel close to them, and that's the reason I call them by their names. I would have never guessed. It's okay, though. Even though I don't feel close to my parents like I used to, they're still my parents, and I love them for that. Well, what kid wouldn't, right? Besides, it's none of my business what you call them, as long as they're fine with it. Anyway, sorry for asking. No, I'm just glad you could know how much I care about them. Anyway, I probably talked your ear off, haven't I? How about we head back to Kern? Yeah, I'd hate to find myself out here in this creepy hollow after dark. Can you hear that, Cynthia? Yes, it sounds like someone's playing an instrument. What do you say we find out who? Okay. Is he the one playing it? It seems that way, but we haven't had a bard visit this village in ages. A bard, huh? I used to come across these guys all the time in games, but this is the first one I've heard I've actually seen in person. Would you look at that, too? His hair is green. Is this perhaps one of those Alteans you were talking about earlier? Yes, that's right. And since I don't see any other noticeable traits, he must be full-blooded Altean. He certainly doesn't have any ears or tail like you, does he? Now I can see why people might mistake me for one. Useless. Huh? I think that's enough there. What? Man, these kids are serious when they give you a hug. You weren't hurt when you went to look for my stuffed animal, were you? Nope, we're fine. Right up until you almost tackled me anyway. And can you guess what? We have it right here, too. Handed over stuffed crab. Oh, Miss Krabs, I've been so worried about you. It has a name? Of course it has a name. Why is that weird? Thank you for bringing back my stuffed animal, Eustace. You're really the savior, like everyone says. No big deal. I didn't do much. It sure is nice to see someone happy because of it. And thank you for letting me listen to your music, too, mister. It was an honor to play for you, young lady. Welcome back, the two of you. It seems you are all right after all, doesn't it? After the pair of you left, Kreisia tried to follow you, but we were lucky this kind gentleman showed up when he did. His music was able to keep Kreisia's mind off her stuffed animal, not to mention it was an excellent performance. So good, in fact, we couldn't help putting our own work down to come listen. Ha 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 ha. What are you laughing about? There's still work to be done. You better get back and finish it, or there will be no supper for you tonight. No supper? That's cruel and unusual punishment. But enough talk. It's back to work for this man. Thanks again for your music. About the music you were playing. I see. You're part Altean, aren't you? Then I must assume you recognize the chants I'm playing. Yes, but actually this is the first time I've ever seen the technique used in a song. So what you're saying is, what we just heard was using chants? To paint a clearer picture, what they did was magnify the effects of the music in the listener's ears. Using them in combination with the melody I was playing, I was able to calm that young girl's anxious heart. You were able to alleviate her fears? That's amazing. I can see why you were able to keep Kreisia's mind off her stuffed animal. It also means chants could be used for all kinds of situations. In fact, it seems you could just about do anything with them. Regrettably, they aren't as convenient as they seem. To use them, a number of conditions must be met beforehand. The first is, you must be in a place where the listener can hear the words clearly, otherwise they will not work. Second, whether one is able to use chants or not is connected to their magical attributes and abilities. And lastly, whether the listener is affected by a chant's effects or not depends entirely on their disposition. For example, if I say to you, become a woman, or grow as large as a mountain, it simply would not happen. Me? Become a woman? What kind of disturbing images are you trying to get me to picture in my head? Instead, why not try something more interesting on me? I'd like to experience these chants firsthand. Experience them firsthand? Have you not noticed you are already under the influence of one as we speak? Really? Well, I don't feel any different. Oh, about that, I forgot to explain. Actually, Eustace, I used one on you when we first met back at the cottage in the woods. The chant I used at the time was to help you grasp your true strength as a savior, despite your lack of battle experience. Oh, so that's why I've been able to defeat monsters the way I have, even though I've never picked up a sword before in my life. Then again, if your chant can do that, shouldn't anyone be able to stand in my shoes? No, it's like this bard here said, it depends entirely upon your disposition to become the savior. You see, there was only one savior summoned. In short, that was you, Eustace. There was no one else like you out there. Only one of me, huh? In other words, I'm the chosen one. Not a bad ring to that at all. Summoned? Then wouldn't it mean you're the savior from the outer realm foretold to save us? I suppose it would now, wouldn't it? But you can just call me Eustace. Or should I not have said that? Given your appearance, I think you could get away with it. However, if you have time to think about it later, maybe it's best to keep your witty remarks to yourself. My bad. I'll watch what I say next time. I was supposing to be the savior. It turns out you're nothing more than a regular human. Well, I'm sorry if you were expecting more. Rather, I was praising you. You see, I find it wonderful you don't act haughty in light of your newfound fame. But before I say anything else, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm called Animus, and as you can see, I'm an Altean bard. Well, Animus, I'm glad to make your acquaintance. And I'm Cynthia, the priestess here in Cairn. Please also let me thank you for playing your music for Kreisia in our absence. There's no need for thanks. I was only playing to delight those within the sound of my instrument. At any rate, I think I'll wander around the village for a bit. It appears a comfortable place to live. Yes, I can vouch for that. Please enjoy yourself. I'll do my best to, and perhaps I'll see you again later, Eustace. Now that was a mysterious guy, if I've ever met one. Would you look at that? Huh? Where? Whoa, what in the world was that white thing? A monster? That was one of the... Oh, Eustace, have you returned? Yeah, we're back, but is there something going on? Yes, I received word from the castle an escort will arrive here tomorrow. What does that mean? When they arrive, I get to go to the castle or something? Yes, from there you will receive an audience with the king, and once the formalities are through, you will be sent to retrieve the Holy Brand. Holy Brand? Is there something wrong, Eustace? Actually, no, never mind. The Holy Brand. Now this is starting to sound like a hero's tale. Well, since you'll be leaving tomorrow, you'd better rest up well tonight. You should do as Cynthia suggests. It is getting late and morning will be here before you know it. Huh? Is it already that late? Then I guess it's time to hit the sack. Everyone in the village will see you off in the morning, and I will see you again then, as well. But let's not forget about supper tonight. I'm sure it'll be something special in your honor. Now that's something I can look forward to. What do you say we get going then? Being in this world makes me feel like time flies. Maybe that's all the more proof I'm enjoying it here. Then again, thinking this dream could end at any moment makes me feel all the more need to use every second wisely. But is this really all a dream? Well, debating it out in my head won't get me an answer, and I'm scheduled to leave tomorrow, so it's probably best I get some rest. But I can't sleep. Is that someone I hear talking? I wonder if Cynthia is still awake. I suppose it couldn't hurt to find out. Cynthia and her parents. You've got to understand, I think the same way as everyone else. I want the people of Kreisia to be able to live happily in a peaceful world. That's why I've decided to go with Eustace, to defeat the Overlord. Cynthia. Please don't worry about... Eustace? Oh, what are you still doing up at this hour? Did we wake you? No, I had my mind on some things is all. So, then would you like to step outside and catch some fresh air? It might help you sleep if you get just a bit. I think it would help some too. There's a magical barrier in a place around the village to keep monsters out, but you should still be careful since it's dark outside. Right, I'll try not to walk face first into any trees or whatnot. Man, I don't know how I like being in a house where parents and kids are discussing serious matters. That melody, it must be Animus, but where? What a surprise to see you out here so late, Eustace. Or would you rather I call you Savior? I think you can do without the latter, and while it's true people may call me that now, I was originally a normal person like anyone else before coming here. If that is your wish, then I'll hold you to it. Yet it still doesn't explain you being up at this hour. I had a lot on my mind, so I couldn't seem to get to sleep. You too? Oh, something like that. Then again, this village is in such a cozy neck of the woods, it's almost a waste to sleep the time away. It sounds more to me like those here in Kern aren't being very hospitable. It comes with being an Altian. We're different from Lunarls, so it would almost be strange if I didn't receive a cold shoulder or two from the locals. But isn't it hard to deal with sometimes? I suppose it can be, but who gets through life without their fair share of trials? Animos. Well, I know my words won't fix anything, but who knows? Maybe meeting us here in this village was fate. And if there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to ask. That's very kind of you. However, if you continue to do everything everyone asks you, you may eventually crumble under the weight of the burdens you're trying to carry. Remember, prudence is best in all things, Eustace. Look, if that's what you were thinking, that's not what I was... maybe he's right. I have gotten a little overzealous with the savior thing. I think you should value your rest tonight. From the talk amongst the villagers, you're said to be leaving tomorrow. That's true. Anyway, maybe it's best to take your suggestion and find a way to get some shut-eye. Then I bid you sweet dreams, Eustace. Yeah, and get some sleep yourself. Eustace, it's morning. Time to get up. Oh, give me 5 more minutes, Mom. What are you talking about? I'm not your mother. Now get up this instant. At this rate, I wonder if Eustace really is cut out to be the savior. A tail? Is that thing real? Squeeze. Huh? Oh. What's the matter, Cynthia? It's nothing. Nothing at all. All right, if you say so. By the way, the escort from the castle has arrived and is waiting at the village chief's home. Eustace, please head over there when you're ready. All right, I'll be good to go in a few. Ow, these are some serious cramps in my neck. Speaking of, how did I end up sleeping here? I'm sure it has to do with your terrible sleep posture. You didn't catch a cold or anything, did you? Maybe I kicked him a little too hard. No, I did seem to be alright as far as my health goes. Did I always have such bad sleep posture? But how can I argue when my neck hurts this bad? It's just a shame I had to wake up because I was having such a good dream. Might I ask what kind of dream? It was like I was pulling this silky smooth rope. I don't want to hear any more about your dream, you sick fool. Well, what's gotten into you this morning? I'm pretending I didn't just hear what you said. Alright. Now get your stuff together and let's hurry to the village chief's house. Yeah. Eustace, I was almost ready to call you here myself. Is this him? Yes, this is the savior, Eustace, and our village's priestess, Cynthia. I'm Cynthia, priestess of Allura. We appreciate you coming here to escort us. Is there something wrong? No, it is nothing. Eustace and Cynthia, is it? I'm Lamanar Thor, captain of the Yupatel Brigade. Wow, those horns are real. That must mean she's a Varg. Please, you don't need to speak so respectfully with me. Is that so? Then if that is your desire, I shall do as you request. Man, those are some broad shoulders and height to boot. Is there a reason you're staring at me? Huh? And where are you looking? I'm not looking at anything. Really? Then make sure you keep it that way. Why she's suddenly so mad about her? What's she suddenly so mad about? It was, Lamina, right? You can nix the respectful tone with me, too. However, if we're going to be traveling all the way to the castle together, don't you think it'd be better to be able to speak freely with each other? I suppose you do have a point there. Then if that is your request, it is my duty to fulfill it. Much appreciated. What, is the savior really leaving the village? I imagine you're going with him too, right, Cynthia? It'll be lonely here without you. I don't see Animos anywhere. Being a bard, I guess he must have taken off early. Eustace. Ow, is that you, Kreisia? It looks like I'm going to be leaving for a while, so make sure to keep your stuffed animal safe. Oh, okay. Oh, right, this is for you. It's lunch in a basket. Receive lunch basket. Everyone in the village got together to make it for you, so please enjoy it. Oh, from the smell alone, I'm sure I will. Thanks. Tee. Eustace, we should be going now. All right. and everyone. I know we didn't have more than a few days to get to know each other, but thanks for everything. Now leave the Overlord to me. We're counting on you, Savior. Please be careful in your travels. Goodbye. We will now be making for Trastelia Castle. First, we will head west of the village and then through Breezy Woods to get there. West Breezy Woods, right? Correct. Now let us be moving. I'm ready when you are. Me too. Meanwhile, it has now been a decade since the blessing have finished, and the time has come. Go, my minions. Only death awaits those who oppose me. West Breezy Woods. Before we go any further, there is something I would like to confirm with you, Eustace. Sure, what is it? Is it true you are already accustomed to wielding a sword? I don't know what level I need to be at to meet your criteria, but can I handle one? I'd say I'd like to think so. Did you know in Eustace's world there are no monsters and people rarely fight either? It sounds like such a peaceful place to live. But don't worry, when I first met Eustace I used a chant on him, so he should be able to fight without any trouble. I see. It is no wonder I sensed no drive in him despite the sword he carried about his waist. What? Is there a problem? We shall see. In any case, I heard from the village chief about your escapade in the nearby cave the other day. I anticipate greatness from you, Eustace. And I intend to deliver. Although I cannot see how at present. Maybe in battle I will see his true potential emerge. There is also a matter I would like to inquire of you, Cynthia. Me? Well, okay. What is it? It is about your clothing. Do you intend to travel in such attire? Well, that was the idea. It's my formal priestess clothing, even if I did add a few cute touches to it. I see. And it was not my place to question. Let us be going. Oh, at last we can get the show on the road. It's so funky not being able to use diagonals. I mean, the newer EXE crate games run at 60 frames, and you can do diagonals. But you know, obviously that's not the case with this game. It's definitely one of their older ones. Actually, what's up here? Cynthia, I'm feeling beat again. Already? Okay, then I suppose we could take a break. A break? You don't tell me you were tired after going almost nowhere. Ugh. Why are you looking at me like that? It's not like my physical education class ever made me do this much exercise. Whatever this education you are getting is, it sounds to me as if it needs a massive priority adjustment. At any rate, if you're going to rest, you should do it now. The road ahead will only be that much more difficult. Oh, you can do without busting my chops, you know. Anyway, if I'm going to get some rest, so should you. Besides, we've got a basket full of food to eat. Okay, but only a little rest, Eustace. In a far-off village. Hey, did you hear the news? Alvator was attacked by monsters and the entire city was left a heap of rubble strewn with corpses. Yeah, no doubt their numbers were too great for the soldiers there to fend off. I imagine nobody survived either. At least one person got out after I summoned those monsters there. Me. Then again, what would have been the point if I failed to take revenge on everybody there? If a tragedy could strike at a place like Alvator, then it's best we remain vigilant, or tomorrow could be our last. True, but we don't have to worry about it for very long. Word has it a savior has been summoned. I heard. He appeared in the woods about a day's journey from the castle. Also, since a shrine was found nearby, we might even get a glimpse of him. Yeah, I can't wait. I bet the savior is a total lady killer, and the priestess of Allura a hottie. What else could you expect, especially when it comes to the priestesses? There is only one of them in each town and village. The priestess of Allura? The one they're talking about must be from the village of Kern. What kind of priestess hails from a place in the sticks like that? Definitely not a refined one such as myself. Oh, hey, there you are. Preparations are in order and the ship is ready to hoist anchor. No mistake, the capital city is your destination, right? Yes, that's right. Now I'm in a hurry, so please set sail. You heard the lady. Men, let's get ready to hoist anchor. I'm not about to let some country bumpkin steal my glory as the priestess of Allura. And soon your affection will be mine, savior. Man, I'm stuffed like a roast pig. That was some seriously good stuff. But now the question is what to do with this empty basket. Should we toss it? Actually, just up ahead, there's a rest stop. What do you think, Lamina? This basket actually belongs to the owners who run the place. If we were to head there, it would probably be dark around the time we arrived, so it might even be best to stay the night. A rest stop, huh? I suppose if we fail to reach our destination by sundown, things could be extremely unsafe in the dark of night. And from here to there would be approximately... How far? It is not important. We shall do as Cynthia suggests and make course for this rest stop. Well, if that's the decision, then let's get going. Yes, but before that... What the? Is that a pigeon? I assume that's to send word to the castle. Your assumption is correct. It would seem there has been an overly large monster sighted near these woods. There may even be a chance it is now hiding among the trees. I suggest we proceed with caution. Good idea. Alright, now be off with you. I have sent word informing the king that we will stay at this rest stop tonight. There should be no problems now, unless you have any unvoiced concerns. Who, me? Actually, I was just curious if you could really send a message by bird like that. Yes, of course. Carrier pigeons have been used for centuries by soldiers in the kingdom to contact one another over great distances. Oh, so that's a carrier pigeon, huh? This is my first time ever actually seeing one. Wait, did you say pigeon? I could have swore that's what she said. Yes, that's right. Carrier pigeons. They're faster than even ships in getting letters around the world. I see then. Pigeons it is. It's so crazy how close their name is to pigeons in my world. Speedy contact is a necessity in an ever-changing world like Kreisia. But enough talk. Let us get going. Yeah, let's. An ever-changing world, huh? The people here really have no idea what that means. Is that a horse? Or a monster that looks like one? Let's get a closer look. Brrr! So, this monster was hiding here after all. And the reason for that message... wasn't it? Yes, exactly. Now I think it's time we see your skill with the blade, Eustace. Oh, then get ready to be impressed. Watch this as I... Ouch, my arm! What's going on? Did you injure yourself? In that case, leave this monster to me. Would you like me to heal you, Eustace? No, I'll be fine. Then join me and fight. Remember, if you start feeling any pain, please say so, okay? Yeah, I'll do that. Man, these two sure know how to put a guy on a guilt trip. Brah! Here it comes! Horse is like, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Like a hot knife through butter. So, what do you think of my skill with a sword now, Lamina? Well, I do not intend to criticize you. I felt it was a passable effort. Just passable? Do you expect me to lie to you to make you feel better? You draw your strength with a sword from the priestess's chant. If you wish to change that, it will depend entirely on you, for better or worse, however that may be. Thanks for the confidence booster. However, let me say this. The strength that comes through that chant is a reflection of your mind and resolve to surmount the challenges that you face. And that's why if you put your whole heart into it, you can become as strong as you want. Oh, now that doesn't sound like a bad idea. In that case, you better watch out, Lamina, because soon enough you're going to be chasing after me. That's the spirit. What a couple of carefree youths. The rest stop we will be heading for can be reached by exiting these woods and following the road there. Now let us hurry before the sun sets. Right, let's go. It would seem we cannot travel this way due to this mountain of broken rock. We're gonna get a ship in this game too. Okay, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Journey to Kreisia running on a PC. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.